Hello, I'm Alexis Casal. Welcome to the Live Your Yoga YouTube channel. Today we'll be focusing on opening up the body in general, a full body stretch per se, whether you're wanting to set yourself up for a great day ahead or trying to wind down for a nice calm evening and some rest. This is the class for you. It'll be accessible to all levels. I don't require any props, however, it would be very nice if you did happen to have a couple of pillows or a bolster. A couple of pillows will do the exact same thing as one of these guys. And also a yoga strap if you have one. If not, a belt works just as well as a tie. Anything that you can get your hand on that's long, flexible, and we will be all set, all right? Let's get started. So go ahead and come into an easy seated position. If your hips are especially tight to keep the blood flowing throughout the legs, I recommend coming onto your bolster or onto a pillow to help elevate it. It opens up the bloodway. We'll bring our palms to face down on the knees if we'd like to keep our focus turned inward. If you'd like to be a little bit more receptive, we'll bring the palms to face up. So start by getting connected to our earth. Feeling all the parts of your body that are touching your mat. Actively press them down to feel your spine lengthen up towards the sky. We'll engage our root lock, the Mula Bandha, by drawing the pelvic floor up. Notice how the abdomen quickly engages. Inhale, open up the belly, allow it to be nice and soft. Exhale, push the belly button in towards your spine, up towards your front ribs, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale deeply through your nose. Then we come to Halanda Hada Bandha, dropping the chin down and back, which in turn brings us to Mahabandha, engaging all three. Set your gaze, your drishti, to one spot at the back of your eyelids. And your next inhale, bring your shoulders up by your ears. As you exhale, roll them back and down. Keeping your eyes closed, inhale your palms to touch up overhead. As you exhale, bring them down to your heart center. Pause to set an intention for your practice. If it's ever difficult for you to come up with one, I offer that of gratitude. Slowly let your eyes flutter open over your fingertips. Inhale, palms and gaze will lift back up to the sky. Actively pressing the palms together, getting length through the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Fingertips walk out in front of you. The second you start to round through your back, you back off slightly. Inhale, lifting through the heart, hinging only at the hips as you bow forward. You can inch your fingertips out in front of you as long as your spine stays straight. Then rest your forehead down. 3 more deep breaths. Very gently start to walk your hands back in towards your hips. Bring your hands back down behind you. We'll sit back onto the sit bones, coming into Navasana bow pose. Legs lift. You can bring your hands to the back of your thighs. Step 1, if you want to make it more challenging, extend the arms. Even more challenging, extend the legs. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, cross the opposite leg on top as you exhale. Inhale, palms and gaze will lift up to the sky. Exhale, we'll twist to the right. Right hand to the base of your spine, left hand to your right knee. Inhale, gain length through the crown of your head. As you exhale, twist. Your drishti is through the right corners of both eyes. Inhale, gain length. Exhale, twist. Engaging your lower two bandhas, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha on the exhale. Very mindfully come back to center. Inhale, palms and gaze will lift up to the sky. Exhale, we'll twist to the left now. Left hand to the base of the spine, right hand to the left knee. Draw your shoulders down your back. Sync your breath to your body movement. And then your next inhale will unwind. Palms and gaze will reach towards the sky. Exhale, interlace your hands at your low back. This is one of those spaces where your strap can come in hand here. If your shoulders are especially tight, bring your hands about 6 inches apart. Or you can interlace your hands at the low back. Inhale, we press the knuckles down to the earth, opening up through the heart, lifting through the chin if it feels safe on the neck. Exhale, do the opposite. Hands come to the low back. Elbows wrap forward, chin to chest. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round and contract. Inhale, open. Exhale, contract. 2 more. Inhale, palms and gaze will lift. Exhale, hands through the heart as you bow forward. Same thing, not bending into the spine. Inhale, lift through the heart, gain length. Exhale, bow forward. Noticing the difference between the left and right side of your body. Grounding equally through both hips. 2 more breaths. On an inhale, we'll rise. Uncrossing the legs, coming back into our Navasana boat pose. Moving any props that might be in the way out. Find your fullest expression. We'll stay there for 3, 2, 1. Lower just your feet down to the earth. You might have to scooch forward a bit like I am. 1 vertebrae at a time, you're going to curl back onto the back. Interlace your arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch as you point your toes forward. Breathe in, squeeze in. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, gain length. Once again, crossing all the fingers except for the pointer. As you exhale, reach over towards the right side of your mat. You can kind of walk the shoulders over, coming into a supine crescent moon shape. If your left shoulder wants to lift, just rotate it back down. We'll start to walk the right foot towards the right edge of the mat. Then the left comes to meet it. Maybe the left foot can cross on top of the right. Same thing with the left hip. It starts to lift, rolling that hip down. Breathing into the left side of your body. 3 more. Inhale, we'll come back to center. Switch the grip on your fingertips so your opposite hand comes on top. Gain length, squeeze in, point the toes, breathe in. Exhale over towards the left side now. Sort of walk the shoulders over. Walk the feet over. Maybe you cross the right ankle on top of the left. Rotating the right hip, right shoulder down. 3 more breaths. Inhale, gently come back to center. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. If it feels good, you can rock a little bit from left to right on the low back. Maybe draw circles with your knees on the ceiling. Pausing at the center and switching directions. Knees come into your chest. Happy baby. Take your knees out nice and wide. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet. When you find a point of resistance, press your feet into your hands as you pull back down. If your low back starts to lift, that's okay. Just bring your heels closer towards your groin. Finding as much earth with your back as you can. And from here, if it feels good, you can start to rock from side to side. We'll find stillness. 1 more full body breath in. And an open mouth. Gently bring your knees into your chest. Cross your right ankle over on top of your left knee. Flexing through your right ankle, not allowing it to bend, protecting the right knee. Perhaps some of us are going to leave the left foot down on the ground and just pressing the knee forward using our core is going to be enough. If you'd like to take this shape deeper, supine pigeon, you can bring your hands around your left thigh. As long as you feel no discomfort in the knee, I invite you to always try going a little deeper. Unless you know 100% it's not within your reach just yet. You can also come to the shin for one of the fullest expressions of this shape. 3 more breaths. Very gently release your hands if you have them interlaced. We'll lower the right foot and right leg, We'll lower the left foot down, keeping the right ankle on top of the left knee. Now we'll cross over the right leg. Send your knees over towards the left side as you gaze over towards the right. If your right shoulder starts to lift, just back out of the twist a bit. If the twist is too deep, you can just uncross the legs, coming into a traditional supine twist. We have 2 more breaths. Very gently inhale, come back to center. Uncross the legs, hug them in for a moment, just scanning both legs, both hips, noticing any differences in your body from left to right. Lower the right foot down, cross the left ankle on top of the right knee. Start by just pressing your left knee forward. Using your core, no external forces. If you feel you can, come deeper. Bringing your left hand and release them around your right leg. Maybe after a few breaths around the right shin. Slightly tuck your chin to keep the natural curve in your neck. One more full body inhale. And an open mouth. Release your hands, lower your legs to the earth. Keep the left leg crossed, cross it even more. Send your knees over towards the right, gaze over towards the left. One more big breath in. And an open mouth. Inhale, we'll slowly unwind. Coming back into center, knees come into the chest. And we'll bring our feet down to the earth. Making sure you can swipe the back of your heels with your fingertips so your knees stack right over your ankles. We'll start by pressing the low back down into the earth, feeling the tailbone start to lift. Bridge pose. Start to lift your hips as high as you can, one vertebrae at a time. Perhaps you interlace your hands at the low back here. We'll slightly lift the chin this time to keep the natural curve in the neck. Spread your toes out, really press down. We'll stay here for 5 more breaths. If at any point you need to come down, please do, but come right back up when you're ready. Lift a little higher. We'll hold here for 3, 2. Keep squeezing your legs together as you gently lower down. Walk your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Allow your knees to collapse in towards one another. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Very gently bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a nice little rock back and forth. We'll extend our legs out in front of us here. Give them a nice little shake. Press your heels towards the front of your mat. Flex your toes up towards the sky. Inhale, palms and gaze will lift. And exhale, we fold forward. Same thing here. You start to round through the back. Inhale, lift up. Gain length through the heart. Exhale, lead the heart forward versus down. This is another great space you can use your strap to bring your feet closer to you. Or you can grab onto the knife edges of your feet or even your big toes. Gain length. Exhale, fold. Three more breaths here. Very gently we'll inhale, rise. Bringing your right foot inside your left leg, Janu Shirshasana. Press your right knee down using your core. Straighten your upper body over your left leg. Inhale, gain length. Maybe you grab onto a strap once again. Exhale, fold forward. Interlace your hands around your left foot. Gain length. Exhale, fold. Yoga is about finding balance, especially the balance between effort and ease. So right here, the effort comes in by having to calm the ego per se. The ego is going to want to force, round the spine, get as low as you possibly can. I'm asking you, instead I'm inviting you to soften, to come to your proper alignment, and just allow gravity to do the work here for you. Your work is in flexing the toes, staying connected to your breath. Very gently in your next breath in, we'll rise up. We'll square now our chest over our right knee. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right arm's going to reach up to the sky. Continue to press that knee down. You're using your left hand to pull your chest open. And then gently we're going to start to lean over our left leg. Keep that foot engaged. The left arm can release out in front of you or maybe down by the left shin. Right arm's going to keep reaching long. And we're not collapsing into the left side body. We're trying to bring length into both the left and the right side body. Maybe you just keep both arms extending. You can also maybe come to a bind. 3 more breaths. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, we take a little counter twist over towards the left side. And extend your right leg down to meet your left. Give them a little shake. And we'll switch sides. Left foot comes inside the right leg. Inhale, gain length through the heart. Exhale, fold forward. You can maybe use your strap again here. Pressing your left knee down. Now, vinyasa literally translates to every breath a movement, every movement a breath. So when you're flowing quickly in and out of vinyasas, in and out of sequences, it's a little bit easier to do. Here, it's very subtle. We're using our core with every exhale just to gently guide ourselves deeper. 2 more breaths. Inhale, rise. We'll square our chest over our left knee now. Right hand comes to the left knee. Flex through the right toes. Inhale the left arm up to the sky. Ground into that left foot. Gently let your chest melt over the right. Your right hand can come out in front of you or alongside the right shin. Gain length through the right side body. Inhale. Exhale, fold a bit deeper. Keep pulling that top shoulder back, bottom shoulder under. 3 more breaths. Inhale, we'll slowly rise up. Take a little counter twist over towards the right side. Inhale, gain length. Exhale, extend your left foot to meet your right. Give them a nice little shake. We'll come on to our back to our inversion practice. If you have a more challenging inversion within your practice, you can do so safely. I invite you to. If If you're practicing headstand, no kicking. We use controlled movements. That video is coming later. For the rest of us, I highly recommend just taking your bolster or your pillows or whatever it may be, a block, a book, anything just to help lift your hips up off the earth. And just stacking your feet directly on top of them. This is a great place to be receptive, palms facing up, out by the sides. You really feel the need, one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly is also very calming. Helps you to stay connected to your breath. Wiggle your shoulders down your back, gently tuck the chin. Simply doing this, bringing your legs above your body for 2 minutes a day helps to lower your heart rate, your blood pressure. Has countless health benefits, simply by being here, upside down. I invite you to pause this space, click pause on the video. You can stay here for as many minutes or as long as your body feels you need. We're going to stay here for 5 more breaths before we move on, but if you'd like to stay, I invite you to. When you're ready to come out, we'll gently lower the feet down to the earth. Press into them into a little bridge, sliding the pillow out from underneath us, sliding your bolster out, block, whatever it may be. We'll gently come up to seated as we bring our bolster or our pillow back into the middle of our mat here. 3 options with the feet, actually it's probably countless, but I'll offer extending the legs just long out in front of you, or taking the soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide, or just bending the feet, or bending the knees, bringing the feet flat to the earth. I'm going to take the Supta Baddha Konasana position. You're going to pull your bolster, your pillows directly at the base of your spine and gently lie back here. Bringing the palms to face open out by the sides. Wiggling the shoulders down the back. Allow your body to soften. Set your gaze to one spot at the back of your eyelids. And we'll inhale deeply into the belly, through the nose. Then fill up the ribs, the back ribs, the side ribs, all the way up into the chest, into the throat, and an open mouth. In through the nose, to the belly, to the chest, all the way up into the throat, and then exhale back down the same way, out through the throat, down through the chest, out through the belly, pushing the air out. Inhale to the belly, the back ribs, side ribs, front ribs, to the chest, to the throat, and then back out, down through the chest, through the ribs, to the belly. Keep this 3-part breath filling up at the base, into the middle, to the tippy top, and back out the same way. I invite you to stay here as well, as long as your heart needs, as long as your body needs. When you've had enough to come out, we'll bring the knees in towards one another or into the chest. Using your elbows to rise up. Gently removing your bolster, your props, your pillows, whatever it is out of the way. We'll come onto the right side and do our fetal pose. Sending our right arm up overhead as a nice pillow. Pausing to revisit our intention for our practice today. And also to think of 3 things that we are grateful for. Keeping your eyes closed, we'll gently rise up to seated. Inhaling, your palms lift up to the ceiling. Exhale your hands down to your heart center.